Blazor is .NET web frontend framework that support both client and server-side rendering. So with Blazor, you can build a fully functioning web application. With Blazor, you use C#, HTML, CSS to build UIs. So Blazor make it easier to build a web application easy. You don't need to install any external packages to make your code or your web application heavier. It runs fast, so you write your code in C# and then you can run it in the browser or you can run it on the server side. So you can build your ASP.NET Core web API and then you can use Blazor to consume it. A Blazor is web front-end framework like other framework, React, Angular, and Vue. So it means that anything that you can build with React, Angular, and Vue, you can also use Blazor to build it. Blazor is very fast because of its WebAssembly functionality. So Blazor is part of the .NET framework, so it's cross-platform. So you don't need to worry about where you can run Blazor or where you cannot run Blazor. Blazor makes it easier to build a hybrid application. So it means that you can build application that will run on mobile phone and also desktop applications. So with Blazor, you are using your C# knowledge with HTML, CSS to build web applications. And Blazor use component-based architecture, so you are going to organize your code in component base. And with Blazor, you are using your natural HTML tags to develop all the web applications. Welcome to Cliff Tech. Here in this YouTube channel, we talk about C#, .NET, and Azure. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel and share this content with others. In this video, we are going to talk about Blazor. What is Blazor? How can you get started? And what are some of the advantages of using Blazor? So stay with me in this video and let's get started. To get started with Blazor, your first step is the Blazor documentation. So Microsoft make it easier for every technology. They have a documentation, comprehensive one, that guide you on how to get things done. So if you want to get started with Blazor, your first step should be the Blazor documentation. There is a lot of comprehensive guide on how to get things done in the Blazor environment. I'll provide a link on the description so that you can take the look at the Blazor documentation. So when you come here, whatever you want to do with Blazor, you will be able to get a comprehensive guide on how to do that. So when you come here, you see there is tutorials on how you can create your web app, how you can create your component. So get your hands dirty by using this documentation to get started with Blazor. The second thing that you may need is your ID. So in this video, I'm going to use Visual Studio. You can also use Visual Studio Code when you are on Linux or macOS. So let's create some simple Blazor app and see how it works. So I'm here in my Visual Studio. If you are on Linux or Mac, you can use Visual Studio Code with the .NET CLI to create your Blazor application. But in this video, I'm going to use Visual Studio. So when you open your Visual Studio like this, what you are going to do, since you want to create a new project, you are going to search here Blazor. So let's search for Blazor. So something like this, and then you see that Visual Studio is giving us all the templates in Blazor that we can use. So you see that we have a Blazor web app, and then we have a Blazor web assembly standing alone, and then we have Blazor Maui hybrid app, and then we have Blazor Aspire. So we are much focused on these three. We see that we have Blazor app, and then we have Blazor web assembly. So as we mentioned earlier on, you can create something that support the server side, or you can create something that does only the client side. So in here you see that this template is for both server side rendering and the client side rendering. So if you are creating a Blazor app and then you choose a Blazor web app, it means that you are choosing something that supports both the client side and the server side. But if you go for the standard alone app, it means that you are only focused on the web assembly. And if you want to create something like hybrid app, where you can create a mobile app and then web app, you go for the .NET, the Blazor with .NET Maui. So in this video I'm going to choose the first one, which is okay for me. So you click on this and then you go for create, and in here I'm going to leave the default name, and let's move forward. So in here I want everything to be, so here we are selecting the server side, and this is how it's look like. So when you open your, so when you create your Blazor app, you see we have this folder structure. So what we are trying to do here is that we have our application or program.cs, which you are normally going to have in this .NET or C# application. Here is the starting point. So when you run your application, this is where everything this is what gets started, or this is what get triggered. So we have this, and we have few services here. So we have the Razor component, and this time around, because we choose the server side, you see that we are adding add interactive server side component. So this is how we help us to do the server side rendering. So let's take a look at the folder structure. So here we have our program.cs, which we have already opened, and we also have the app.setting JSON, which we can do any configuration here. And you see that we say that Blazor is component based, so you can organize your code in components, and then you can reuse them as you do in other frameworks like React or Vue. So in here you see that we do have layout and pages, so you can go ahead, maybe create something like header, you can name it whatever you want. So in here we have app.razor, right? So this is something that you can, you normally do in your React app, where we have index or something like that. And then you see that we are using Bootstrap. So default Blazor is using Bootstrap to take care of, or to take advantage, Blazor take advantage of Bootstrap when it comes to CSS. So basically this is how we have the images. So this is our fiber icon. You can icon, you can basically configure this and then you do whatever you want. So this is also the import.razor is kind of a global usage. So we have import some kind of global component that is available for us in our application. So you can go ahead and customize it, and maybe based on what you want to use, you can go ahead and import other components or any attribute that you want to use. So our focus here, this one is something that we don't need to, so we already have some kind of custom CSS. You can go ahead and also write whatever you want. So you can go ahead and customize it. We have this image here. So this is the normal stuff. You can check your Bootstrap, which is here. So we are using the Bootstrap. Which version is that? we are getting everything from version 5, right? So version 5. So we can also check here pages. So you can create pages as you do in React or Angular, and then you can, so you see that if you want to basically create page, you indicate the page attribute like this here. So it means that this component is a page. So that is, and then it's interactive server, right? So it means that this can be interactive because we are doing counter, and so we want to click something, so we need to also tell Blazor that this is very interactive. So as we mentioned, you use HTML to do everything. So in here we have our h1, right? Our h1 doing everything for us. So we are seeing that this is counter. We can go ahead and then bring our h1. So when I hit h1 here, we can see that we want everything like h1. So let's say h1, and I can close it like this, and I'm going to see that counter 2 here. So I have, you know, when we run this application, you are going to see this in a real time. So we also have error page. So it means that when there is an error, we want to direct to this. So when you go to here, we see we have when there is an exceptional handler trying to route us into the error page. So that is how we have home. So basically this is what we have, and you can see that we do, this is a home. So the routing is very easy here. You just bring page and then you do your routing here. So you see, this is making it easy. You don't need any package to configure your route. You don't need to stress yourself when it comes to routing. You can just indicate that. So let's run our application fast and see what we have. So this is going to build everything for us, and then we are going to see this in the browser. So we are going to get this. So let me bring this here for us to see. So this is what we have here, because we do have a default when it comes to home page. So this is the home page here. So this is our index page, and when we open it like this, you see this is what we are seeing here. So we can go ahead and write something here. I can bring a p tag like this here, and you see that welcome to Blazor, you know. So something like this. Let's go, we are making a mistake, right? Let's see something like this. So this is welcome to Blazor app, and I'm making a mistake here because this is something like this. So this is Blazor, and you see, how do we normally apply Bootstrap to this? So when we go back into so we are getting another error, right? Because this is supposed to be like the copilot is doing it for. So we do have this. Is you use to this navigate, and then let's go to the page here, and then you see that we are not seeing anything here. So what we can do is we want to hit this to reload our page, right? So let's go and check, and then you see that we have this here. So you can see that we have this page 2 here. We have the weather page here, and always we are indicating page, and then we bring the route name here. We also have counter. So we have counter page. So we have counter page here, and it's very easy. So this one right now is a button that increase. So let's check all these ones. So we have counter here. When we click, it's increased because we added, and then this is the normal .NET application where we normally fetch stuff. So it's very easy, and this is how we do React. So you see that we are not using any external package here. In this video, I just want to give you an overview on how this thing works. But in upcoming videos, we are going to build a fully web application with Blazor, and with that one you can get your hands dirty and all that. But this video, I'm just showing you how things work here. So it's very easy. You can check it out, and you see we have this, and we have layout. So the navigation bar that you see is a layout. So we see we have nav menu here, which is a layout using Bootstrap to do that. So basically it's a Bootstrap stuff that we have here. This is navigation. You can go ahead and customize it. So with Blazor, it's very easy to build. You can build any interface that you want. So try this one out and then get your hands dirty on Blazor, and it's very easy to learn, and it is very easy to build your web application. So thank you for watching Cliff Tech, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.